Hi, I'm Darren Mullen, founder of Smart Workflow Guru. I'm going to help you answer the question, do you need a Smartsheet consultant or should you do it yourself? As a Smartsheet consultant, you may think I'll be steering you in the direction of hiring a consultant, but I'm actually going to start by telling you about the times when it's better to do it yourself. If you need to create a simple solution like a task tracker, a data collection sheet with some forms, or even a multi-step project plan, then that's very doable for you to accomplish yourself. Even if you're new to Smartsheet, there are numerous resources available from Smartsheet or YouTube that can help you build these solutions confidently. Furthermore, you can browse Smartsheet's template library for inspiration. And if a template meets your needs, it can be okay to use as is. Another reason for building solutions yourself, even more advanced solutions, is the opportunity to learn the platform and increase your technical skills. This is generally more appropriate for individual contributors in an organization and helps differentiate you from your peers. This is actually how I learned Smartsheet and led me to starting my own consulting business. Additionally, if you appreciate how a solution was built over just using it, then you'll get more satisfaction and a better solution if you DIY. One final reason to DIY that needs to be addressed for completeness is when a budget is a concern or you're not sure whether a consultant will give you straight advice versus just selling you the biggest engagement possible. That's a valid reason, and you can build what you can, see how far you get, and if you do decide to bring a consultant in later, you'll be a more informed buyer. In my experience, these are some of the best clients to work with as a consultant, and it creates a lot of mutual respect and solid solutions. Before I go into when it makes sense to hire a consultant, I'll answer the questions. What does a Smartsheet consultant actually do? And what services can a consultant provide? First of all, different consultants provide different services depending on the markets they serve and the skills they have. At the most basic level, a consultant can build out your solution to your requirements. However, a good consultant shouldn't just do what you tell them, but instead help you understand your requirements and make suggestions to improve processes versus just building out a solution that may not actually be what you need. By the way, I've also made a follow-up video that will help guide you in choosing the proper consultant. So when does it make sense to hire a consultant instead of DIY? If the solution to be built out is high stakes, meaning a high visibility, business critical solution, that's not something you want to risk getting wrong from the start. An experienced consultant will not just build you a solution, but will think longer term about the scalability of your solution. While you can save some time upfront with shortcuts, you'll pay for it in time and money later when you run into scalability limitations that weren't accounted for upfront. Another sign a consultant is needed is if you've already attempted to build a solution and it doesn't do what you need it to. This is a situation where you've taken some time to learn Smartsheet and made some progress, but run into limitations that you aren't able to solve on your own. And some of these limitations aren't anything you've done wrong, but Smartsheet may just not do what you need it to do. A consultant can then step in and provide direction on how to move the solution forward and make recommendations on moving past the limitations. Remember that most limitations are artificial, and there are solutions. Finally, a common need for hiring a consultant is when your Smartsheet expert left your organization and you need to document or fix what is no longer working. This is a pretty common scenario. An employee builds out a solution alone, and when they are no longer with a company, the solution starts to break down and no one knows how to fix it. That's where a consultant can reverse engineer the solution, get it back up and running while documenting it. Now, it's not always a black and white decision. For example, you may need help building out a solution, but not maintaining it. Or you may get the solution part of the way, then need a consultant to get it across the finish line due to time or technical limitations. In summary, there is room for a done with you versus a full done for you approach. If this video inspired you to build a solution out yourself, go for it. But if you decided you don't have the time and resources to learn how to do this yourself, then the second video I made on choosing the right consultant is just for you. That video is here and linked in the description. Furthermore, if you'd rather talk it through first, I'm more than happy to do that. Find my booking link in the description or visit smartworkflowguru.com/discovery. Thanks for watching.